Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on May the 12th, 2021. US settles with Xiaomi, removes it from blacklist. The U.S. Department of Defense will remove Chinese smartphone maker Xiaomi Corp from the government's blacklist, according to a court filing. The statement said the two sides had agreed to resolve the ongoing lawsuit without further dispute, and in a short and contentious battle between the hardware company and Washington. Earlier this year, the U.S. Department of Defense under the Trump administration identified the company as having ties to the Chinese military and placed it on a list restricting U.S. investment. Xiaomi quickly responded, calling its inclusion on the list illegal and unconstitutional and denying any ties to the Chinese military. In March, under the new Biden administration, a federal judge temporarily blocked the application of the blacklist. Xiaomi shares rose more than 6% in Hong Kong when the decision was announced. Stock markets fall over inflation and tech sell-off. Asian shares fell to their lowest level in 7 weeks on Wednesday in a sustained sell-off as a sharp rise in commodity prices and hidden inflationary pressures in the U.S. promoted markets to bet on earlier rate hikes and rising bond yields around the world. The broadest MSCI Asia-Pacific Equity Index outside Japan fell 1.5%, adding to Tuesday's losses, with all major indices coming under heavy selling pressure. Japan's Nikkei reversed early gains and was down 0.4%. Technology stocks were among the biggest losers on Wall Street overnight, although the tech-focused Nasdaq rebounded most of its early 2% drop during the day. The Dow was down 1.4% and the S&P 500 was down 0.9%. All eyes are now on the Consumer Price Index report to be released by the U.S. Department of Labor on Wednesday, with market indicators of inflation expectations rising. Nissan stock drops after disappointing forecasts. Shares in Nissan Motor Co. Ltd. fell 11.75% to their lowest level in 4 months on Wednesday, following the release of a weaker-than-expected outlook for the current fiscal year. The Japanese number 3 car maker has lost hope of returning to profitability in the year ending March 2022, as current global chip shortage combined with rising raw material prices are hampering the company's recovery from a record annual operating loss. The company's sales forecast for a break-even this year was lower than the 241.7 billion yen $2.23 billion profit predicted by Smart Estimate. Nissan CEO Uchida said on Tuesday that the carmaker was forecasting an operating profit even though it was facing a huge impact from business risks, including semiconductor supply problems. He added that the company would provide an update on its forecasts after the first quarter. Weak U.S. job report sparks debate at Fed. Federal Reserve officials were concerned on Tuesday about unexpectedly weak April job growth, keeping faith in the U.S. economic recovery but acknowledging that the pace of job recovery may be more uneven than expected. Last month, 266,000 jobs were created in the U.S., about a quarter of the growth that economists had hoped would be the start of sustained job growth. Instead, the April report raises a wide range of questions about the complex relationship between people's decisions about whether to work during the ongoing pandemic. The jobs report has sparked a heated debate in Washington about where the economic recovery stands and whether current federal policies are slowing it down. The economy is growing at its fastest pace since the early 1980s. Job vacancies are gapping on job boards, and the number of new daily cases of the coronavirus has recently fallen to unprecedented levels.